Hi, my name is Risha Bastion. I'm a junior at Brandeis University, and I'll be studying abroad in South Korea, attending Yonsei University. In this video, I'll be talking about how I got into Yonsei University, talk about my study abroad program, and speak about my study abroad project, which includes this video and future videos. Why do I want to study abroad in South Korea? I was first introduced to South Korea through K-dramas and K-pop. The first K-drama I watched was Startup. And through Startup, I was honestly able to admire and fall in love with the landscape and the nature and the look and feel of Seoul in South Korea in general. The films or K-dramas in general do an amazing job of filming the beauty of their country. And I think honestly through K-dramas, I was able to get a feel and perspective of South Korea without actually being in there. And I know that the feel and perspective is kind of distinctive to the film, but honestly through watching a variety of K-dramas, I'm just so captivated and I just really want to explore South Korea. Second, I am very interested and I want to know more about Korean culture and food. I want to taste the food. The food is one of the main reasons why I want to go there, honestly. Through watching K-dramas, I was able to see the variety of foods, from kimchi to bibimbap to jjajangmyeon to the Korean fried chicken, and I just want the whole combination. I want the whole table, I want the whole meal, and I'm just super excited to taste a different type of culture, food that's not American. No offense to American food, but I honestly just want to try something that's different from my usual. Thirdly, I honestly want to explore and be part of Seoul. Seoul just seems such a lively, fun, exciting place to be. I feel there's always something for you to do, regardless of age, honestly, or regardless of time of the day, honestly. There's I don't know, events, amusement parks, or stores or cafe shops, or there's always something for you to do. And I feel in comparison to Boston doesn't really have a nightlife or have a lively college nightlife, and so I'm super excited to honestly witness it and be part of it. Also, I love the scenery, the nature, the landscape of South Korea. I've never seen cherry blossoms, and so I am super excited to witness it, to take pictures of it. As I grow older, I'm just starting to really admire and also just find peace and warmth through nature. I know that might sound corny, but it's just something about nature and just admiring it, the little things that just makes my day. So I'm super excited to do that in South Korea. Also, it's my dream to study abroad. I've always wanted to study abroad ever since high school. I just didn't know how I was gonna go about studying abroad, and I just didn't think it was possible for me, being low income and also being first generation. But obviously now I'm here making the video, and I'm just super excited that I get to embark on a journey like this and do something like this within my life. So yeah, honestly, it's a dream come true for me to do something like this. Here's a myth that I want to debunk for specifically Brandeis students. I can't really speak about other university students because I don't attend the university, but for Brandeis students, I can say this. I was under the impression that in order to study abroad, anywhere you needed prior knowledge, experience, or have taken a class of the native language within the country, and that is false. You do not need to do that, which opened a wide variety of options for me for study abroad, because I've been learning Spanish since 6th grade, and I continued learning Spanish when I attended while attending Brandeis University. But then when I found out you can go anywhere without having any knowledge, especially me not knowing how to speak Korean, I was just wow, I can go anywhere. And so that really opened up my options, and it made me more happy that I wasn't limited or just sticking to the languages that I do know, English or Spanish. Not having the requirement of needing to have taken a class prior to wanting to do the study abroad program opens up one's options in choosing a place to study abroad. So just wanted to say that. Why did I choose Yonsei University? I chose to attend Yonsei University because I was able to get a glimpse of Yonsei University through content creators on social media, but specifically Black women. On YouTube, there are a variety of races and content creators, from ranging from white people to all the way to Black people who talk about their experience in South Korea. But it gets even narrow when they're talking about Yonsei. And so through specifically watching Black women experiences in Yonsei, but also in South Korea, was what made me want to attend Yonsei University. Also, the website on Yonsei, it had a whole section dedicated to international students, which I thought was very telling, that they want international students to come to their institution, and they have content made by international students. So they have like these little like article and journals about like international students at the university. They also have like videos about international students attending the university. I feel like through the visibility and representation of international students within their website, it shows that one, a lot of international students are going there, and two, they're making the effort and time to have content dedicated to an international perspective so that international students can come to their institution. Lastly, honestly, what really drew me in, again, this might be really like, wow, so this is what really drew you in, it was honestly this building right here. Like this building is just super cute. Like, I don't care what anyone says, it's called Yoni Guan or Yoni Hall, and it's just so pretty. Like, it, to me, in my opinion, it gives off this like very ethereal, like old time, like preppy, like type of look, which is totally different from Brandeis. Like, Brandeis does not have a like preppy or like ethereal, or like has like all these like grinds, like what do you call that, like the like stems on the, like the building, like it doesn't have that. Like, you know, like Brandeis has a specific look. I don't know what to describe that look, but it's not Yongsei's look. I feel like being in a community where you can admire it and honestly find beauty in it can bring someone peace or bring someone happiness. And so even if like while I'm in there and maybe I might be stressed or I might be having a sad day, I could like walk around and be like, oh my god, this campus is really pretty, and then that could bring some type of like small happiness into my day. That's how I view it, honestly. But that building, it's so pretty. Like, when you type in Yonsei University, that's the building that comes up, because it's just so pretty. So I'm super excited to see it in person. How does studying at Yonsei relate to my academic goals? So at Brandeis students are able to create their own major, and they call it IIM, which is Independent Interdisciplinary Major. And so my IIM, or my major, is Race, Media, and Communication. So my major, Race, Media, and Communication, brings racism and racial ideology and different forms of communication into discussion. I want to study the ways in which racial ideologies and racism interact with different communication media, and also study the role of racial ideologies in international forms of communication, specifically Korean media and entertainment industries. Through this major, I want to expose the racist structure that exists within different forms of communication. So while I'm abroad at Yonsei University, I will be taking classes that can count towards my IAM specifically. So you're probably watching this video because one, you are interested in South Korea, two, want to go to Yonsei University, or three, are a fan of K-pop, of K-drama, right? So you may or may not know, but a multitude of Korean industries have become popular within the American pop culture. A variety of industries, including like Korean skincare, Korean fashion, Korean makeup, Korean entertainment, and like cinema industry, but also the most obvious one, K-pop, has become a global phenomenon. And I want to study the strategies and the ways in which how it has become popular within America, but also globally. With the rise of K-pop becoming a global phenomenon, I think that there are some things that are not talked about, like race, cultural appropriation, the whitening of idols' skin. I think that race has played a huge component in the rise of K-pop, in it becoming a global phenomenon. And I want to discuss the role race plays in the rise of K-pop, but also understand how Korean society and Korean culture understand race as a whole, or whether those ideologies around race, you know, stem from the long-lasting impact of colonialization and racism in general. At Yonsei University, I'll be able to take classes about Korean pop culture, media and communication, society, but also the class that I'm really looking forward to is the class on K-pop. And I just thought it was just super cool that Yonsei has a class about K-pop. And so I'm like also like thinking that there must be a lot more that goes into it that's shown within the surface of what we see through media. and I'm super excited to learn more about K-pop and the industry of K-pop. So within my major, I will be able to not only draw from American media and communication studies, but also draw from Korean media and communication studies. And while I'm abroad, I intend on applying my race studies that I've learned at Brandeis to my Korean studies at Yonsei University. So now I'm going to talk about my study abroad program, which is CIEE. CIEE is Council on International Educational Exchange. CIEE provides for programs that are in South Korea partnered with Yonsei University. So students are able to either do like a fall or spring semester at Yonsei University, or do a full calendar year, or do the summer program at Yonsei University as well. So I'm going to read you a short description of the CIEE Seoul program. CIEE Arts and Sciences program is designed for students to learn at a top-ranked Korean university and experience everyday life in Seoul, a world design capital and the center of pop culture featuring the fastest internet in the world. Select from courses taught in either English or Korean at our partner school, Yonsei University, as well as CIEE Seoul across a wide array of subjects, including Korean language, architecture, engineering, computer science, business, international relations, and history. You can also make strides in your language learning by volunteering in the community or practicing with Korean language buddies from the university. All courses are complemented with CIEE co-curricular and excursions beyond the city to enhance classroom learning and provide intercultural understanding. If you want to learn more about the program, check out the description box down below. I linked the URL to the program that basically explains everything, so you can check it out. So now I'm going to talk about how I can afford to go to Yonsei. Like I said, I'm a first generation low-income college student. For those who don't know, first generation are the first to attend a 4-year college and earn like a university degree within their family. And so most of the decisions I've made have been solely based off my financial status and like income. During my process of thinking about and even considering study abroad, I was really adamant on not making a decision based off my financial status and going somewhere that was, I guess, more cheaper than other programs. I do want to say that study abroad does cost a lot of money, and I feel like for first generation and low income students, we tend to make decisions based off our financial situation, which obviously is something that's out of our control. To avoid making a decision solely based off my financial status, I went on a journey to apply to a bunch of scholarships to cover my expenses while being a study abroad in South Korea. And so I'm going to be sharing 3 scholarships that I applied to, one of which is like non-Brandeis students related, which is Freeman Asia. The other 2 are for specifically Brandeis students. So the first scholarship that I applied to was Freeman Asia. Freeman Awards for Study in Asia provide scholarship for U.S. undergraduate students with demonstrated financial need to study abroad in East or Southeast Asia. Freeman Asia has a certain requirements that students or applicants need to fulfill if they want to apply. Applicants must be U.S. citizens or permanent residents studying at the undergraduate level at a 2-year or 4-year college or university who demonstrate financial need to study abroad in East or Southeast Asia. This scholarship is dedicated to students who cannot afford to pay to study abroad in East or Southeast Asia on their own, or due to like financial situations. The application asks applicants to write 3 essays. The first essay asks you to explain your motivation for studying abroad in Asia and how studying abroad will contribute to your career and academic goals. The second asks you to propose your service project. The service project needs to promote study abroad interest in Asia through the applicant sharing their experiences with people and your school and community once you return to the US. The third essay may be optional. I'm just not 100% sure that it is, but it asks applicants who haven't taken a course in Asia studies, or like whether your university doesn't offer Asian studies, to describe your own independent study of Asian culture and or history. Freeman Asia scholarship award depends on whether you're doing a semester, summer, or full a calendar year while abroad. So for summer award, it ranges up to $3,000. For semester or quarter award, it ranges up to $5,000, and then for an academic or calendar year, you're really able to be awarded up to $7,000. So it's a lot of money, and honestly, it may not cover all your expenses, but if you're able to win enough scholarships to cover all your expenses, it makes a huge difference. The second scholarship that I applied to was SACR, and this is specifically for Brandeis students. So for those who are not Brandeis students, if you want to continue watching, you can continue watching, but just check the timestamps on this video, and you can move on to a section that applies to you. The SACR scholarship is inspired by President Abram SACR, which the Undergraduate Committee for Study and Research Abroad administers grants for students on need-based financial aid who plan to study abroad from the support of Brandeis alumni, professors, and staff. This scholarship also has a few requirements for applicants. So one of the requirements for SACR is that applicants must have a 3.0 GPA. The scholarship requires applicants to write 2 essays. So one is about a variety of topics, including reasoning behind choosing study abroad program, explaining how it'll contribute to your academic goals and future career goals, and explain your interest within the program or university you will be attending. The second essay asks applicants to cultivate a creative project, event, or initiative that the Study Abroad Office can promote with the intention that it'll increase awareness of study abroad and or international education. So the award is typically ranges from $500 to $1,500. So that's one of the Brandeis scholarships that I also won. The last one is not specifically a study abroad like scholarship. It's more of like a scholarship for just like Brandeis students in general. It's the Gilman Academic Achievement Award. The Gilman Academic Achievement Award was named in honor of Peter Gilman, who served as the Dean of Student Financial Services for more than 20 years and who had developed a deep commitment to increasing access to educational opportunities for first-generation and low-income students. The purpose of the award is to recognize outstanding scholarship, academic achievement, and Brandeis engagement as evidenced by grades, recommendations, personal achievement, and demonstrated involvement in campus life. So this scholarship has a lot much more requirements. So the first requirement is that applicants must be currently enrolled sophomore who will achieve junior status. The second requirement is that applicants must have a cumulative GPA of 3.7 or higher. The third requirement is have excelled academically. The fourth requirement is have made a contribution to the Brandeis community. And the fifth requirement is have demonstrated personal growth as a result of their time at Brandeis so far. And the thing is that like with this academic achievement award, it's kind of not like they give you money and then that's it. It's actually that like you get this achievement award every year after you have accepted it or have received it. So I'm a junior, and so this is my first semester receiving it, and the following semesters I will continue to receive it only if I maintain a cumulative GPA of 3.24 in order to keep my scholarship. So you get it, but you also have to maintain your GPA to continue to have it. So the Gilman Achievement Award is up to 10 awards in the amount of $5,000 per semester for those in their junior and senior years. So that's honestly a lot of money, and with all of them combined, I was able to fully fund my trip to South Korea, which honestly I'm really appreciative and I feel like really blessed to be able to have won all those scholarships, but also put in the time honestly and have the time during my sophomore academic year to write all those essays and to apply to all those scholarships. Another scholarship that I wanted to apply for and like wrote essays for was Gilman, and I think Gilman is one of those other scholarships that are very like famous, and honestly a lot of like study abroad students do apply for. And don't count me on this, but I'm pretty sure that they will provide funding for students like during the summer who want to study abroad during the summer. But check the description box down below for more information about Gilman. Yeah, so it was a bit challenging applying to all the scholarships at the same time, engaging in my extracurriculars, and also, you know, being a college student in general. I did have some help from some writing assistants who helped me along the way with making my writing cohesive, but also just like look really good for the scholarships. So I do suggest like for Brandeis students and other college students as general, if you do have like writing assistants or have resources that you can refer to with like writing these scholarships, please go out and reach to them so that you're able to draft and cultivate a essay that really captures what you want to do study abroad and put it in a way that's really outstanding for those reading your essays. Also, Brandeis Study Abroad Office lists a bunch of scholarships with different like criteria and like eligibility requirements and whatnot for different types of students. So also check that out, and I will list that down below as well. And CIEE, if those who want to study abroad with CIEE, they also have a lot of scholarship for students who want to study abroad within their program as well. So now we're going to move on to my study abroad project, which is the final part of this video. My study abroad project is titled Study Abroad While Being Black. Honestly, it might change. I don't know if I want to change it. Like, it depends how I feel, but honestly, this is the first part of my project, and again, it's part of the Freeman project. The whole purpose of this project, honestly, is in relation to my experience and journey with considering studying abroad. The first thing that came to mind when it came to studying abroad for me was my race. I was mostly concerned about how my blackness would impact my experience being abroad, honestly, anywhere. I thought that it would have been really tremendously helpful in me choosing where I wanted to go, but also just having that visibility and representation of other Black and POC students abroad would have helped with my decision in wanting to study abroad, or help calm my nerves around wanting to study abroad. I don't think that I'm the only Black student or Black person to even think about how their Blackness will impact their experiences with interacting with people outside of their community. But I realized that I'm an American, I'm a Black woman in America, and if I can endure and overcome racism here, I can overcome racism anywhere. And I think honestly, it's a bittersweet reality, because I feel that it's really hard to try to avoid racism. It's global. I've come to terms that I shouldn't let my fear overpower my desire and wish to study abroad and get to know the world and travel. That type of mindset helped me pick South Korea, even knowing that there are exclusive things that do happen within the country. I just want to go outside my community and explore the world on my own and embark on those experiences with myself. According to NASFA, which is National Association for Foreign Student Advisors, only 5.9% of Black students study abroad. I believe that Black and other POC students not only think about their race, but think about how they can afford the expenses of studying abroad. And so I plan to collaborate with Brandeis Study Abroad office to bring into light the complex process that Black and POC students make with their decision or even interest in studying abroad. I feel like I'm prepared to navigate the South Korean community and society due to the representation and visibility of Black and other POC students in South Korea, but also due to the available content on social media created by Black and POC content creators. Following this video, I will be documenting my experience studying abroad in South Korea while being a Yonsei University student. I want to document my day-to-day life. I want to document certain events that happen, my process with housing, or my process with dealing with academics, or my experience with integrating myself into the community, and all of that to contribute to the already available content and representation of Black and POC students in Korea, but also adding my own perspective and story within that contribution as well. I really hope that my study abroad project serves as a source of inspiration and motivation for Black and other POC students who are also first generation and low income to embark on their journey with studying abroad. I hope I gave you some sort of glimpse into the process behind studying abroad and the ways in which you can go about finding scholarships to afford to study abroad as well. And hopefully through this video, you could start or even think about your journey with studying abroad. Next, I'll be uploading a video of me documenting my experience from going from the airport to being in the airplane to getting to Yonsei. And honestly, I am not ready to record that video. I already know that it might be really emotional for me because this is my first time going to Asia in general, but also being
across the globe and
honestly across the country, being away from my family and friends. And so yeah, and it's a bittersweet moment for me. I'm super excited but also super nervous, which again is a normal mix of emotions to have. If there's anything that you would like to know more of that I didn't touch on this video, or certain experiences that you want me to document while I'm in South Korea, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to help you feel more comfortable in any capacity through documenting anything for you. Be sure to subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and like this video, especially if you want to see more content about me being a student at Yonsei University more content like about South Korea and just more content around my experience with studying abroad. Also follow my socials. I'll link them down in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching this video and staying tuned throughout the entire way, even if you went to certain points of the video to those that was applicable to you or that you found most helpful or useful. I'm glad that you watched this video anyway.